Today marks the 13th anniversary of the tragic events on September 11, 2001. Meg, you were at an event, a memorial event in Passaic. What do you got?
Right. Today, as the nation mourns and remembers so many Americans lost on 9/11, especially here in New Jersey, my chase led me to Passaic, where they held their own 9/11 memorial. The ceremony was led by former Councilman Kenneth Lucianin, who looks at his survival as a gift.
Someone who used to go to Ground Zero every year took solace in coming to my own community and got some satisfaction out of the fact that I thought I was giving my own self back to, in a way, to my community that recognizes the memory of those that were lost on 9/11.
Ken is still clearly rocked by the events of that day. As he spoke to me and retold his story, he held his head down.
We descended down the staircases, and we all just got out when Tower 2 collapsed, and everyone just ran. And I just ran to the Lincoln Tunnel, thinking that I would be safe there.
He took a picture afterwards with the survivors of his group from the Port Authority, many of which did not get out.
Today, my sister sent me a picture of my 5-year-old nephew and my 3-year-old niece, who are absolutely beautiful. I got kind of emotional. I said, you know, if I wasn't here, if I didn't make it out that day, I would not have seen those 2 children. So
his story was so relatable because he says any misstep of his day could have changed everything for him.
Veronica, you caught up with the governor, who had some comments.
Right. Well, earlier this week at a press conference, the governor spoke about his feelings that he reflects on every year on September 11th.
It's a day that will always stick in my mind because of the extraordinary loss of life. It'll be a day that always sticks in my mind because both my brother and my wife were within 3 blocks of the World Trade Center when that happened. And I'll always count my blessings that both of them got out alive.
I'm sure everybody remembers where they were on 9/11, Hank.
Yeah, absolutely. I was at Thompson, Bleecker Street in Manhattan. I'll never forget it. God, I just think that your councilman that you spoke with, you could find him almost in any northern New Jersey town because everybody either knows someone, is related to someone, loves someone who works in Manhattan. It's a commuting society. This is part of our fabric now.
You know, I think this year 9/11 feels a little bit different, especially for those of us who can remember 9/11 of 13 years ago, simply because the president just made an announcement on how we have to deal with ISIS. And so, unfortunately, I think many Americans don't necessarily feel safer today, and it makes this day slightly more somber and frightening.
It's a great point, Veronica. Actually, some of the polls say about half of Americans say we are less safe now than we were. And, you know, forgetting the president's what I thought was a lackluster speech on the issue, it is a real present threat that we're dealing with. So have we really even progressed since 9/11? It's much more that this is not in the past yet.